So I'm headed out to run the stairs a little earlier this morning than usual. Um, I always get up early to do my workouts and stuff, but Saturday and Sunday, as I said in previous videos, I run the stairs, and it's supposed to be kind of a little hotter today. Now I know I'm in Cali, and when you say, "Man, it's hot" or "It's cold," I call it Cali hot, Cali cold. I am not comparing where I reside to other states. People be in the East Coast, man, you don't know cold. You right, I don't. I just know Cali. So yeah, I'm gonna get out there a little earlier, and yeah, I enjoy the stairs, like the benefits of it. It's not always easy. It isn't, but it's lower impact than running. I used to do like these long runs on Saturday and Sunday on the treadmill. I would go to the gym that had the best treadmill. Like my boy Sport has some good treadmills. Do like an hour run, but I just wanted to get that activity in Saturday and Sunday on my 2 days when I didn't lift. So Saturday and Sunday, I do the stairs. Now this was after I moved here. Back at the old condo that I used to own, man, I used to do them stairs like every day. Monday through Friday, it was always calories. I don't really go for time. So it would be like 3,000 calories in the morning I would burn. And then in the evening, I do like another 500 or maybe 1,000. Saturday and Sunday, crazy. It was like 5,000 calories was a lot. Like, don't do none of that. I don't suggest none of that. It was just what I had going on at the time, man. I was working at San Diego State. I was working two jobs, but those are federal positions, and the other one just kept. It was always open because the person that was there, he was a reservist, so he would always deploy. So I'm working these two jobs. It had to do with people's money, people's career. Like I would have to call DFAS if you know who they are. They're the people that pay like federal employees in the military. I would call them and hey, this person's having an issue with their stipend. I'm setting up secret clearances and helping people schedule their classes. Then I got to do recruiting events and do all that, and it was just a lot. And I was still working on my doctorate at the time, so I was running before COVID. Then I hurt myself, and then my girl had suggested the stairs, and I leaned too far into it. I just say that because man, my body just was wore out. So I would not advise doing the stairs for longer periods of time like I did. Now I'm still doing that, just not what I used to do. My conditioning is used to it. So I would definitely suggest the stairs. 20 minutes is a lot. 30 minutes, maybe even an hour if you get there. But it's just because it's lower impact. Man, you burn so many calories. Like real. You get a lot of bang for your buck with the stairs. But, just not to how I was doing it. But it's very therapeutic. Like I'm big on how I cope. And that'll lead into the theme. How I cope is very important to me because it is the difference between, me continuing on track to my goals regardless of what's going on and not doing that. Actually me taking steps back. I used to cope with the bad stuff, with how I ate, retail therapy and drinking. And I would kind of push it to the side like it didn't matter. Man, this person pissed me off, so I'm gonna have a drink. They still piss me off. What is the alcohol gonna do? Now I cope with, I'm gonna get this workout in. Luckily I've worked hard to get to where I am in life to where my position is remote for now. But if I have like something that happens that I shouldn't allow to get to me anyway, man. When you work remote, I'm like, man, let me just not look at let me not look at that team's or let me take some time to process what I think that person said. So, I can if something happens, I can just come down here, go for a walk, maybe do another workout if needed. It's all about how you cope because that'll set me up for success and it'll keep me out of trouble. Real. In the military, it was like that. Like I really start coping with my workouts. But the problem is, you active duty, you on that clock. So something happened, you can't just be like, man, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go work out. It don't work like that. But I mean, like supervisors that I had, like I was a leading petty officer, E6. So my chief, senior chief, or master chief, depending on if I had one at the time, something would happen that they knew that was wrong, that would impact our division. They would be like, man, go work out, man. I got it. If it was like a meeting. But it wasn't like I'm just about to be on some Hulk smash stuff and be like, I'm about to go work out, man. Not in the military. Then people will have you standing at parade rest. Hey, with that pen, taking everything from you. So when people be like, if they enlisted, if they like E6 and below, man, I ain't doing none of that. I ain't going to work today. They going to work. They just try to let them vent. They just trying to sound tough, man. So if you got like a brother or sister, your wife, your husband, your cousin, man, they see something on the news. I ain't going in there if they ain't paying me. They going. Trust me. If they don't. So yeah, how I cope is very important. And the stairs, it plays into that, man. I allow so many things to kind of just go past me now. Not like I'm not paying attention, but if somebody like trying to get at you. And I've worked hard to get to where I'm at. And I still got stuff I'm trying to do. I'm very ambitious. So when I'm on them stairs, man, I'll be thinking about, man, I said this. I should have said this. And then I'll process it. And then if it's like a long week, stairs is perfect. And then Sunday morning, before the long week, stairs is perfect. So that's where I'm headed. Sorry for the tangent. Now today's, theme is something. These themes are things I always apply to myself. The theme is use that same energy. Right? Like I started realizing that I had to use the same energy that I'm using towards things that I would allow to upset me, right? Sometimes you will see things and things will happen in your life and you become a different version of yourself, different phases. Now, I do not confuse me using the same energy with me matching energies. I don't believe in that at all. I said not too long ago, I've worked hard to get to where I'm at. And if I'm matching energy with foolishness, I can lose that, man. My goal is always to get home. When I leave this house for my family and my gym, everything I've worked hard for. So I'm not about to be matching energies, man, as a 46-year-old man. That don't mean you got to do your thing. But you got people that's just out here just weird. They be like, ugh, and I'm supposed to be, okay. Ugh. I'm not mad. I'm not doing that. And I see that. I used to see that on social media. Man, you about to make me get petty. If I ever see a man say that, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? So no, I don't match energy, but I use energy. I use the same energy that I would towards this. Example is like, I don't know about y'all, but if I get like a bill in the mail and I start having all these weird fees in there, then I want to know what's going on. I'm looking at the bill. I'm using my fingers to count because I hate math. And I got the calculator out. I might Google, hey, is this something that's normally charged on this bill? I'm asking my family. Now y'all in on this. You guys might be accomplices. If it's like a light bill, did you turn the light off? Like what? I'm in there. I'm about to call these people, right? Then you got to get through the automated system. I'm going over a tangent because it's just a process, right? You charge me this money. Now it takes a lot for me to get to you to talk to you about this money you charge me. So I'm on the automated system. And then next thing you know, you get to somebody on the phone, and then you real animated, right? You talking to these people, and if you happen to see yourself in the mirror, you making faces. I don't know what this is. It's crazy. You are a whole different version of yourself behind this $3.62 because it's adding up. The government trying to get you. And I'm like, man, that stuff that I'm doing, I'm trying to calculate. I am locked in. I am asking the family members, support, turn the light off. And the way I'm talking to these people, I'm not rude. I worked in customer service, but I'm just like, yo, what is this? Can you please tell me more about this? That same energy, that same version of myself, I use towards my fitness. And I know people do that because I've seen it. I've talked to people to where you like, hey, man, what's going on? Man, they charging me for this, and this, man. I'm about to find out. I'm not about to pay this. It's crazy. Hey, man, you track what you eat? Nah, man, I can't do all that. You got to use that same energy, man, that same energy. In order for you to find out that calculation for that outcome that's on that bill, you literally can do that for your fitness goals. You literally can be like, man, okay, I'm going to eat this, right? I got this extra fee, which is your injury or something like this. Okay, this is something I can't control. Maybe your gym is closed or maybe something in here might not work like I wanted to. That happens sometimes, right? That's one of the downsides of having a garage gym. But the outcome is you pay the bill, your lights stay on. I do my workout, I eat right, I can see the result that I want. That same energy, that line in between, man, somewhere along the way, it's a black hole. That same you want to know. You want to know what's going on so you can fix it. But we don't do it. And I know because I used to do that. When it comes to that stuff, these unknown taxes and prices and stuff like that, we be so mad. And it's out of our control. It just be happening, especially in Cali. You ever get a supplemental tax envelope in San Diego? I don't know who the heck Dave McAllister is, but when his envelope comes here, man, I am upset. And that means because they're building around the area and stuff like that. Or your HOA go up, you are mad. But the things that you can control, setting aside if you're somebody that has like a thyroid issue, PCOS or something like that, or missing limbs like a lot of people, and they still out here getting it, some of them, you can control that, and we don't. Yet we know we want that. We know we want to be in a specific physique. We know we want to be in better health. If you're walking around and your blood pressure's high, and it's going to be higher when you go into the hospital and they're telling you that it's high, so it becomes higher, you want that blood pressure lowered. You do not want to be talking to people about bad health, or everybody's sitting around watching something on the TV about strokes and heart attacks, and you know you kind of there, so you're just uncomfortable. You know you want to fix it, but we don't. We don't. I know I didn't, right? I would be mad about so many things that I really couldn't control, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. But the things that I could, I ain't doing all that, man. Not yet. Not yet. I ain't ready for all that. That's a lot. And that stuff used to anger me, man. It used to upset me that these people charging me this stuff, and then when it came time for me to do what I need to do for me, I'm not angry at all, right? It was like I was confused what I was capable of versus what I really wanted to do. Weird thing. I'm mad about that bill and these hidden fees, and it's gonna be more hidden fees, but I'm not upset at myself about what I'm doing to myself to destroy my health. So I always, I use that same anger, man, and I have to. I do it, and it has to do with the matching energy part. My grandfather told me years ago, Mike, just, always account for the steps you take. And it was always hidden messages that my grandfather would tell me, rest in peace. And I would do that to my son, man. It wouldn't be messages as strong and powerful like him, but I remember my son was like real young, and he used to put his shirt on by himself. He'd be happy, but the joint be backwards. So I would be like, tag in the back, tag in the back. I would say that to where if it did it, he'll catch it, tag in the back. I don't know why that joke used to put his shoes on the wrong feet when he was little. I don't even know how he did it. He just walking like you don't feel that, bro, Paul. You don't that has to hurt. But just those messages he would teach me as far as just taking account. Like I'm not about to take 15 steps forward and allow my actions and emotions because I'm matching energies, or I'm not using my energy to properly towards what I need to be doing for me to allow me to take 30 steps back. Because then I'm 15 in the hole trying to figure out what happened. What happened was that same energy that I'm using to be upset towards things I can't control, I could be using towards me. Now I get up and I do that. Are there moments, trust me, are there moments where people will try you or people will say something slick or things just won't go according to plan? Yes, there are a lot of moments. But I can control, a lot of the things that I'm trying to do, especially when it comes to my health. It is what it is at this point. I said yesterday, I'm so glad I'm setting my ways, but at this point, I know if I do this, if I do this, if I do this, and I shut out all that noise, I'm going to see the result that I want a lot of the times. And the only time somebody's going to have an issue with it is because something about that result, that outcome, even that physique was something that they probably tried to do. But either they weren't following whatever the protocol was. I'm weird, man. I've done like paleo, keto, carnivore. Now do your research and your due diligence to see what works for you. But I know when I followed the protocol of those things, I was able to see my results. My mood might have been a little weird certain times, things like that. But we know what we want. We know what we need to do because it's so accessible. But then we don't do it. Then we skip the step of not taking ownership of why we didn't do it. And then we'll see somebody that did it and we get into attack mode. That one step right there is where I started using that same energy. Being mad about the things that I really couldn't control. How I become so calculated and dialed in on assessing this bill or whatever is going on, let me do that with me. Let me track my food. Let me get up and work out like I said I'm going to do. I be laying up there in that bed sometimes, good night's sleep. Man, you know what? Mike, man, you've been working out so long, bro. Just take it off. You don't have to work out today. You ain't got to go to them stairs. But I know I do. Because I'm using that same energy. I know what doing this morning is going to do for me. I know what running the stairs tomorrow is going to do for me. I know when I work out Monday, buys and tries, and do my cardio here, what it's going to do. So I'm going to do it. And that's the crazy part. I will talk myself out of something quick. So if I can tell myself no, I dang sure can tell other people no. When they try, because they do. People will try to talk you out of being a better version of yourself. Use the same energy.